Now, registrations for teenage vaccination kick-started on Saturday amid surge in the COVID and Omicron cases across India. Both walk-in and online registrations via COVID portal has been initiated for 15 to 18-year-olds. After getting the vaccines, children will receive their vaccination certificate on the Arogya Setu application. They can also download it from the COVID portal. 15 to 18-year-olds will be given the Bharat Biotech's Covaxin shot. Separate vaccine centres have also been set up in hospitals across states. In Delhi, 159 centres have been identified by governments to inoculate teens. Medical teams will be appointed in government and private schools by the Tamil Nadu as well as in Mumbai. Vaccines will be provided free of cost to children between 15 to 18 years of age, but these are only in municipal schools. But in private hospitals, at least 1,250 is the cost. Hospitals, it's going to be free. At private hospitals, they charge you 1,250. And now we believe that the vaccination drive will kickstart on the 3rd of January. The registrations for the same has already opened up on the COVID portal since 1st of Jan.
Kids are the most vulnerable at this point in time. So that's the responsibility of all the parents, and thanks to the government that they have really taken up this. And I'm really, hopefully today I will get the registration done and get over with. It's a responsibility as a parent and also as a citizen that we must get as many people vaccinated. I have a daughter who's 12 years old, so she's the next in the line.
हमें पूरा यकीन है कि ये वैक्सीनेशन बच्चों के लिए भी उतना ही सेफ होगा जैसे एडल्ट्स के लिए था। जो भी ट्रायल्स हुए हैं बच्चों पे इस वैक्सीन को लेके, अभी तक उसमें से ऐसी कोई भी डेटा नहीं आया है जो सजेस्ट करे कि कोई सीरियस साइड इफेक्ट्स होगा। तो जैसे एडल्ट्स को या किसी भी वैक्सीनेशन से थोड़ा बुखार, थोड़ा हाथ में दर्द हो सकता है, वो साइड इफेक्ट्स जरूर हो सकते हैं बच्चों में, बट उसके अलावा ऐसा नहीं लगता कि और कोई सीरियस साइड इफेक्ट्स होने के चांस है।
We are right now present at BKC Vaccination Center. This is the biggest vaccination center of Mumbai, and tomorrow at 11 a.m. Guardian Minister Aditya Thackeray will be over here. He will be inaugurating the children vaccination camp over here, and by each vaccination center, there are total 9 vaccination centers. At each vaccination center, around 500 vaccines will be kept for children between the age group of 15 to 18. There are over 9 lakh children eligible between this particular age group. So BMC initially will be watching how there is a response. If there are more children coming to the vaccination center, the vaccines doses will be increased. For private sector, that is the private hospital where this vaccination camp will be happening, that will cost you around 1,200 per dose. The BMC is also planning to vaccinate children in schools and colleges. With camera person Vijay Desai, this is Saurabh Bhaktania in Mumbai for India Today.
The COVID-19 numbers are surging in the national capital as well as across the country, but the only sigh of relief right now is that the registration process for the vaccination of teenagers between 15 to 18 has started from today. Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandaviya appealed the parents to make sure that they register on COVID and come forward to ensure that their children get the vaccinations. The vaccination process will begin from 3rd of January. I'm at BLK Hospital where the preparations, at Delhi's BLK Hospital, where the preparations to begin the vaccination center for the age group 15 to 18 has already begun. I'm joined by Medical Superintendent of the hospital, Dr. Suhas Parnami.
The protocol has not changed much. So the initial step is to book an appointment online. There is also an option that you can walk into the center and come as offline as well. We have dedicated this space as for the vaccination of age group 15 to 18. As you can see, we are already ready. We will be starting our vaccinations from 3rd of January. We have already started booking, we have already opened the slots for the 1st of January, and the slots can be booked. So that will make the process easy.
Vaccination process for vaccination of age group 15 to 18 has already begun. Those who want to get vaccinated can register either online or come on 3rd of January and do it offline. And the health experts right now are trying to assure that because the trial and tests have been already done, there is no need to get skeptical about this particular vaccine. Different hospitals in Delhi have already started preparing themselves for the vaccination process that would begin on January 3rd, when the doses will be given out to the age group 15 to 18. But the vaccine this time around would be only Covaxin. With the video journalist Zia, this is Amit Bhardwaj for India Today from Delhi.
Now we have some big news coming here. Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandaviya is currently holding a key meeting on children's vaccination that is to begin from tomorrow. Remember, registrations has begun on the CoWIN portal. The health ministers meet with state health ministers. Will also cover Omicron case surge in India. Here's the big development. Milan Sharma joining us live for more on that. Milan, Union Minister Mansukh Mandaviya currently holding a key meet on vaccination for children as it gears up to be rolled out tomorrow. Take us through what's the plan and the strategy that they wish to adopt.
Well, Nabila, it's going to be a very crucial day tomorrow because for the first time in the country, children between the ages of 15 to 18 are going to get vaccinated for COVID-19, especially in the light of growing number of cases in the country at the moment. With Delhi, Mumbai and other major states as well reporting a surge, it's very important that these children get vaccinated. They are unprotected at this point of time. The government, therefore, is holding a meeting, especially Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandaviya, with all the states and Union Territories health ministers trying to assess what is the preparation going to be like for the D-Day on 3rd of January. And earlier also the government had issued specific guidelines on how children vaccination should be done, because right now we were using vaccinating officers who were administering doses to adults. Perhaps children may have some sort of vaccine hesitancy when it comes to taking a shot and a needle. So therefore the vaccinating officers need to be trained properly to make sure that children are comfortable enough to take the vaccine. States and UTs had been told to create designated vaccine centers for children. As far as areas like Delhi and Noida are concerned, many schools will be operational for this very facility. My colleague there showed you how private hospitals will be vaccinating children. There, children will have to pay money and take the vaccine. But remember, government schools as well as government hospitals that have been listed out for vaccination will provide this vaccine for free. So Covaxin will be given to children for free in these centers, and it's very important that children understand that they need to book slots. But even those families who cannot book slots can arrive at these centers and take the vaccine, and this process will start from 10 a.m. tomorrow onwards. So very importantly, state health ministers there deliberating on what kind of measures need to be put in place to make sure sustained vaccination happens for 15 to 18 years of age children, and also on 10 January when adults will begin taking a third precautionary dose.
Milan, thank you very much for joining us with those details. Now, amid the rising Omicron cases, centres asked states to take added precaution. Union Health Ministry has written to the states warning them that they might start seeing a sudden surge, and which will lead to a stress in the healthcare infrastructure in the coming days. Government has also asked states to activate district-level surveillance. Amid the rising number of COVID cases, various states have imposed COVID restrictions. These include night curfews, ban on social gatherings. India has now recorded more than 27,553 fresh COVID cases, with Maharashtra recording the maximum cases of 9,170. The Omicron case tally has now risen to 1,525 cases. Maharashtra tops this dubious chart with over 460 infections, followed by Delhi and Gujarat.
COVID-19 situation is turning out to be grim once again in the state of Tamil Nadu, as the daily positivity rate, which was on 600 plus on Wednesday, has once again increased and gone up to 1,400 plus by 1st January of 2022. Not just that, the Omicron positive cases have also increased. In fact, we're just showing a local market in Chennai's Tenampet, and here you could see that the public are moving, traveling. They are definitely wearing masks as well. The state is also conducting mega vaccination camps. In fact, this is the 17th mega vaccination camp, and these are being conducted in a hyper-local manner to make sure that the public get easy access to the vaccines as well. Now, in the state of Tamil Nadu, Until Thursday, the cases reported Omicron variants were 46, but on Saturday, another 76, another huge mark was reported as well. In fact, the State Health Minister has informed that 34 of these cases were reported from a NEET coaching center where one student earlier tested positive for the Omicron variant, and as the health officials went ahead and traced 90 plus cases connected to him. Apart from this, the state has also brought in new restrictions, only 50% occupancy in restaurants, jewelry shops and various other places, public access spaces. Those kind of restrictions have been brought in as well. And until 10th Jan, Marina Beach, the access to public will not be provided. These are a certain amount of restrictions that has been brought in by the state to combat the another kind of COVID-19 spread in Tamil Nadu. With videos Madan, Pramod Madhav, Point it.
Now, the national capital recorded 2,716 fresh COVID cases and 351 cases of the super mutant Omicron in the last 24 hours. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has said that the national capital, Delhi, will not be overburdened at present and that public must not panic. Kejriwal addressed a press conference as well, saying that the minuscule number of Delhi hospital beds are now full. He said that in fact, off late, COVID cases are mostly mild and asymptomatic. He's asked people not to panic and rush to hospitals. He says only if it is necessary. Positivity rate in Delhi now is at a 7-month high, touching 3.6%. Delhi's Omicron count is second in India at 351. Maharashtra rates second at 460 cases. In fact, it tops the list with 460 cases of the Omicron variant.
इस दिसंबर को 923 केस आए, 30 दिसंबर को 1313 केस, एकदम से छलांग लग गई। 31 दिसंबर को 1796 केस, 1 जनवरी को 2796, 1000 केस बढ़ गए एक दिन में डेली। मतलब पिछले दिन 1796 आए थे, अगले दिन 2796, और आज जो शाम को रिपोर्ट आएगी उसमें लगभग 3100 के केस आने की जरूरत है। तो डेली केसेस 2500-3000 हजार क्रॉस कर रहे हैं। आज हमारी तैयारी है 37,000 बेड्स की। दिल्ली में आज दिल्ली सरकार 37,000 कोरोना के ऑक्सीजन बेड्स की तैयारी करके बैठी है कि अगर जरूरत पड़ेगी तो हम 37,000 बेड्स हमारे पास तैयार हैं। लेटेस्ट जो हमारा हेल्थ बुलेटिन है उसके हिसाब से केवल और केवल दिल्ली में 82 बेड ऑक्सीजन के केवल 82 बेड ऑक्यूपाइड हैं।
I'm going to take you through the number of Omicron cases in India today. It's crossed the 1,500 mark. We're looking at Maharashtra on top. Maharashtra has reported 460 cases of Omicron, and then you have Delhi next with 351 cases of Omicron that's been reported, and then on third is Gujarat with 136 cases, and then you have Kerala with 109 cases. Of course, Tamil Nadu as well, 117 cases of Omicron. A total of 1,525 cases that we're seeing today. While COVID infections are on the rise at large in the country, we're seeing the Omicron variant being the dominant one. Meanwhile, Israel reports new infection of corona, the Florona disease, as it's called. In fact, it was infected. A young woman, a pregnant woman, was infected by Florona. She was taken to the medical facility while giving birth. She was detected with this Florona as per media reports. However, this young woman was not vaccinated. Florona disease is a double infection of COVID-19 and influenza. Florona is indicative of a severe lapse in the immune system because two viruses are infecting the human body simultaneously. According to the data so far, a number of symptoms can be seen simultaneously in a person infected with Florona. This includes pneumonia, myocarditis, and other respiratory issues. A mega Vikas push in pole-bound Uttar Pradesh. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be laying the foundation stone of a university, a sports university named after hockey legend Major Dhyan Chand. University will be built at an estimated cost of 700 crore rupees in Meerut and will have all modern sporting infrastructure. According to the government, the university will be housing facilities for shooting, squash and gymnastics, among others. Major Dhyan Chand University will have a capacity of training at least 1,080 sportspersons. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also be interacting with 32 national and international players from Western UP. The Prime Minister will also pay tributes to martyrs at the Amar Jawan Jyoti, a memorial constructed after the Indo-Pak War of 1971 to commemorate the soldiers of the Indian Armed Forces. Let me cut across to Shreya, joining us live right there from Meerut. Shreya, Prime Minister Modi present there, live shots coming in of Modi and Yogi side by side. In fact, they've been visiting several locations before laying the foundation stone to the sporting facility. Take us through their movements.
Well, right now, Nabila, they are at Salawa village, where the Prime Minister will be laying the foundation of the Major Dhyan Chand University. At the moment, the Prime Minister, along with the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh and the Governor, is interacting with the 32 national and international players from this very region. After this interaction gets over, we will see the Prime Minister take the dais. The inauguration will start, and followed by that, we will be seeing an address by the Prime Minister for the crowd who's right now present over here. It's absolutely jam-packed. To just give you a short idea of the crowd that is present here at the ground where the university will come up, it is a jam-packed audience, and this has been the scene for quite some time, even while the Prime Minister was still there visiting Amar Jyoti Jawan as well as the Kali Paltan temple. But in a very short while from now, we will be seeing the Prime Minister take stage and inaugurate the Major Dhyan Chand University here in Meerut.
All right, thank you very much for joining us with those details. We're going to continue tracking those developments there. In fact, right now, some big news coming in from Kashmir. An infiltration bid was foiled along the line of control in Keran sector of Kupwara district in North Kashmir. The infiltration bid was foiled on the first day of 2022 this year. First terrorist was neutralized during the infiltration bid along the line of control in Kerala sector. This is news that we're tracking.
The infiltrator was eliminated once the ambush was sprung. The body of the slain infiltrator was recovered along with one AK-47 and large quantities of ammunition, including 7 hand grenades.
All right, you could log on to indiatoday.in for more information on that. For now, it's a wrap on this edition of the Bulletin. Stay tuned for an India Today special coming up next.